In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Trae Young and what makes him such an amazing point guard in the NBA. And you can play just like him as well by watching this video. Maybe. Let's get down, let's check out Trae Young. The one thing that really separates Trae Young from everybody else is his ability to shoot from the logo. Obviously, that is important. So what made him have the ability in this play to shoot from there? Well, it's because, of course, first off, the screener didn't exactly set a great screen, and of course, Trae Young didn't exactly set it up perfectly to get that player to get stuck on that screen. However, that player started to cheat too far away. He knew that that screen was going to happen again, and because of that, he started to sink down to go underneath that screen because, of course, Trae Young would be going over top. Instead of rescreening, Trae Young then did a step back because, of course, he can shoot from that distance, and this defender was not guarding him. And if you're not guarding somebody who can shoot from that distance, they're going to jack it up all day long. And, of course, one of the reasons why he can shoot like this and from that distance is his one motion jump shot. If you want to shoot from distance and quickly, one motion is the way to go. Obviously, passing is going to be very important if you're looking to become a great point guard. When he uses this screen, at this point he does that quick hesitation, keeps his hand on top of that ball while he's doing quick stutter steps. That's important because now he can slow down just enough, keeping his eyes on his player. Most players, point guards, will try to pass and thread that needle, but he understands that this player is cutting. This player is not in a perfect help situation, and these two players are not exactly going to be trying to cut off a pass, which means that he can sneak this pass with one hand behind that defender. These guys are not in position, he's not in position, and because of that, that pass is able to get through for that dunk or layup or whatever you want to call that. Also, it's a good idea to be able to make a defender dance. If you are a point guard, this is one thing that can separate you from your competition. At the NBA level, point guards are classified as a dime a dozen because they all do the same thing. But if you can do something different, as in what we're seeing here with Trae Young, making that defender dance is going to separate you from your competition. And this is why. It creates shots for yourself and also your teammates. Here, he's able to attack the rim. That defender then no longer has his shoulders squared towards his defender and they're squared towards the baseline. When that happens to your defender, you need to pull back. That's what we see here. He's keeping his hand on top of that ball. That way he can get that extra hop. And at that point, he's created so much separation that he can jack up that shot without really any defender challenging it. Also, keeping your shoulders lower than your defender's shoulders is going to give you the advantage on getting that angle to attack that rim. And then, yes, Trae Young did slightly push off, but that's not a push off. That was not any kind of force at all. As soon as that player turned towards that baseline, Trae Young snatched back, and of course that defender was lost. Moving off ball is also very important. Here we see a dribble handoff with Trae Young. Watch this. When he gets that, he stops really quickly to get Marcus Smart to run into him. This is important because now that puts Marcus Smart on his heels and that drags that hedge out a bit farther. This then gives Collins a massive wide open lane to cut because these guys are not playing defense. And because of that, he's able to get that pass through, and watch this. He fakes the pass high, gets that defender high, and then he passes through the legs, which is absolutely hilarious. However, he's able to do this because he made that fake pass. Fake the pass high, get the guy up, and then pass low. You don't have to go through 5-hole, you can go through the side. But this is how you get these passes through, and of course, nobody's going to defend that. So what happens when you've got a really good shot percentage? Well, guess what? You fake a shot, you can get those defenders up into the air. You can then create lanes for yourself. Even if you've got a help defender coming in, guess what? A fake pass on your first step can lose that guy, and then you can just send up a floater off the backboard. And obviously he knows how to use the entire backboard because that was way high off glass, and the reason why he did that is so that he would not get blocked. Give and goes are also very, very useful. You've heard the offense called a 5-out pass and cut. That's essentially what you can do anytime you pass. Depends on obviously what your play call is, but if you pass the ball and you don't have a defender in front of you, take the lane. Why not? It's open. You might as well take it. You just may get lucky and have your teammate pass back to you, and you can get a floater. See, I'm personally all for the freelance style offense, like the 5-out, so that's just absolutely beautiful in my eyes. Also, being able to run a fast break as a point guard is very important. You're eventually going to be in this situation and you need to be able to find the right player. So with a 4-on-2 in this situation, what you would like to see is not the players cut in towards the basket. What you would like to see is the cornermen go into the corners. You can then attack the middle, and if these guys clear out to watch out for the threes, then you have an open lane. But if they collapse on you, then guess what? You can kick it out, and because of the way the NBA game and even basketball in general is being played today, maybe not all coaches think like this, but I definitely think like this, and that is, if you're in a fast break, I'll give you a 3-point shot. I ain't gonna get mad because guess what? You may just hit it. And guess what? If we're on a 4-on-2 situation and let's say we make a pass out to that corner, we have 3 guys who are going to be there for rebounds on 2, which means that we can take that bet, that gamble on the 3, and still be there for rebounds. Obviously, we didn't have Trae Young stay there or this guy collapse. We only had 1 guy on 3, but in generalities, how I would coach this is to say, hey, just everyone get in there for the rebound, because of course, 3s are at the high school level are only like 20%, so because of that, definitely collapse the boards. This is very similar to another play that we just seen. Hedgeman comes way too high. Trae Young really likes to make these one-hand style or these loop passes around Hedgeman, and that works extremely well for him. You could do this as well. All you need to do is just wait for the Hedgeman to come high and then just take an extra dribble and then pass it around him, because guess what? He's got an open lane. You could send the lob pass, but if you've got a 7-footer, which I know he's not listed as 7 feet, but he definitely is 7 feet, he's going to intercept that pass. So if you can go one step further and get it around him, you can get yourself or your teammate some points. You can also split a screen as well. So this is another way that can really separate you from, of course, other guards. Splitting a screen is, of course, when you've got your teammate setting a screen for you, you use that screen, your defender goes over top of that screen, Hedgeman comes out, and there's an open gap right here. Obviously, this guy needs to get over here, create more separation. But either way, he's able to split those 2 players, and now if he is able to attack by either being faster or more physical on this guy, he literally has an open lane to be able to attack the basket. He even has an opportunity to kick it out over here for a 3-point shot if he's worried about this guy. I hope that this video helps you become a better point guard. If it does, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.